Today, the cars have finally come out of the garage and the drivers are getting their first taste of action here at Le Mans. Earlier on, we had the first free practice session. Now we've got the qualifying practice session that's taking place. In tonight's edition of Le Mans 24 Minutes, we've got a German driver who last raced here back in 1999 with Mercedes. He's back here with Rebellion. Before we meet him, let's take a look at the summary.
Coming up, we'll have the latest from qualifying and news from this afternoon's free practice session. We'll find out more about Toyota's entry into the world of hybrids and how they're hoping to take on Audi. The Nissan DeltaWing project has already been turning heads and springing a few surprises out of Garage 56. And we'll be finding out more about the Corvette racing team in their bid to repeat last year's victory in the GTE category.
There we go, 40 seconds. That's all it took me to get from the pits up here. I mean, it's lightning time.
And you changed your suit into
okay.
your suit, I mean.
Amazing, wasn't it? On the way, on the way. Welcome to another edition of Le Mans 24 Minutes. Very happy to be here this evening. The cars are obviously buzzing around the Circuit de la Sarthe as we speak. We've got Justine and Adelaide down in the pits. Sebastian Tiff is here in the studio with me, and we're very happy to have Nick Heidfeld, who's driving for the Rebellion team. Nick, only a few moments ago, you were in the car, you were having a little run. How did it go? What were your first impressions?
That was good. I mean, it was the first 3 laps I had in the night. We have to do that to be qualified. But unfortunately, it was not as dark as it is now, so I will go again in later.
We saw that the car was quite low down, in 24th position. Now it's up, what, in the 10th position? No, 9th position now, with Janin. A pretty good climb. What was happening there?
Yeah, we're still not where we want to be, but we went out on very, very old tires, and in the night now the temperatures are quite low. I mean, that's what we will also have over the 24-hour race. It was a sort of a good test, but we still have to improve. The tires didn't really work properly in these conditions, but they were very old.
Well, the confidence is obviously there within the Rebellion team, and well, of course, they're looking and chasing for more success this year. This report takes a look at the Swiss team.
The Swiss Rebellion team is heading into the Le Mans 24 Hours for 2012 in a new black and gold Lotus livery for their third venture into this famous race. Last year, the Toyota-powered Lola number 12 finished 6th overall in LMP1 and was the best petrol-powered car. Both cars are taking part in the full World Endurance Championship campaign this year. This year, the teams had a little driver swap. Jerome Bleekmelen switching from number 12 to the 13 car, with ex-Formula 1 star Nick Heidfeld taking his place in the number 12 next to Nicolas Prost and Neil Janney. Andrea Bellici and Harold Prima complete the 13 lineup with Bleekmelen. Well, this year the aim is again to be the best private car in the battle with the HPD, Pescarolos and Oak machines, and maybe spoil the party for the big guns of Audi and Toyota. So who knows, maybe they could spring a surprise at Le Mans this weekend.
Yeah, Nick Heidfeld here is enjoying our nice view from our studio. It's very nice.
It's amazing. You have a very good spot here. It's cool.
How is it being back here in Le Mans? How was your Le Mans experience so far until this point this week?
It has been good fun. I mean, for me, it started in Sebring, first time in the car, in the LMP1. And then I also did Spa as a preparation for here. And I was here last time in 1999, but that's so long ago that I really had to learn the circuit from scratch again. I mean, I knew the way around roughly, but to be really quick, it was a completely new experience.
I think we've got some images from 1999 when you were driving in your Mercedes. Maybe we can get them up on screen. There we go.
Yeah, it's actually the most iconic picture we have from from this year. What's your connection with this?
Well, luckily I was not in the car, and luckily nobody was injured. Until that moment, it was a very enjoyable weekend and experience, and that's actually why I wanted to come back. And
it was Peter Dumbrek at the time in the car.
Yeah, Dumbrek was fine. I saw him afterwards. He was pale completely. I've never seen a person like that before in my life. But I think the car shouldn't have flown, but Mercedes built a safe car on the landing at least.
And he's back racing here again, of course, this year. Before we join Adelaide down in the pits, let's just have a look at the standings so far. We've got Alan McNeish there at the top time in the Audi 2, the Toyota of Nakajima in second, and Fassler, the other Audi, in third, and Rockenfeller in the fourth Audi back there. So it's looking pretty good for the Audi so far. And well, Adelaide, I think you're down in the stands with the Audi team. What's going on down there?
Yeah, exactly. I'm with Tom, who's at the fastest times so far. So Tom, everything is good so far.
Yeah, I mean the cars are working well. It's very nice to check everything with lower temperature. Driving into the night, you need to get the night qualifying done from all 3 drivers, and so far so good.
You are also taking profit of the dry track tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we all are. We don't know the weather forecast, of course, is a little bit jiggling. It should stay dry today. Maybe tomorrow is a different matter. But so far, so good. It's important for all 3 and all 12 drivers to have a good feeling with our cars. And trying the different setup on the different tires from Michelin. All these things is really important. And then you might get a clear lap, but to do that, to deserve this, you have to have been a very good boy.
Talking about the car, do you feel the extra power? How do you feel that in the car?
I mean, generally we have less power than last year in terms of regulation, but in our car with the e-tron Quattro, we have this hybrid what we can recuperate in braking into 7 places on this track, where we then can boost it coming out. And yes, you feel it. It's like a nice push when you go on the bicycle. For 3.3 seconds, something like this, we have something helping accelerating. So yes, that's very nice. We try to make it very efficient, and hopefully this can bring us closer to what we really would love to do, to go furthest over the 24 hours in the weekend.
Do you have to change a bit your driving style, or not at all?
No, it's a different setup on the car in that sense that you certainly drive a little bit different. You're able to sort of come into the apex a little bit more narrow, a little bit tighter, and hopefully then you can be able to be a little bit earlier, rotate the car to come out. And so I would say if you switch it off, as it's possible for us to switch it off as well, then it requires a sort of a different style, a different technique. So it's just more important to trust the car, to trust the system, and so far it's performing well. Then we are able to come closer and closer to the limit. And as you know, in Le Mans, it's important to be able to get a very good balance and consistency also for the tires, so we can stay out and be efficient on the same rubber for long. And hopefully we can extend our small fuel tank, as we have only 58 liters in our diesel car. So we would like to do, hopefully, I mean, it will be a dream if we can do as many laps as, for example, Toyota, but we will try.
Thanks very much.
You, Tom.
Thanks very much, Tom. Thanks, Adelaide. Nick, we're going to move on to the last question. You're not going to be staying with us for too long because you want to get back down there onto the track. What are your ambitions in endurance? Of course, you're with a great team in Rebellion, but is your ultimate dream to drive for a factory team?
Oh, well, it's difficult to say at the moment. I have to say I enjoy sports cars a lot. They're good cars to drive. It's the first time I drove the car, I was surprised how much downforce there was at high speed. Of course, Formula 1 is still quicker, but it creates a lot of downforce, and they have a lot of nice circuits, especially Le Mans, the 24 hours obviously is special. And hopefully with more manufacturers coming into the series, I think it can be something big.
I believe that Justine is down in the pits with your teammates there. Justine, are you down in the Rebellion garage?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm here with James Robinson, which is the engineer of Nick, and I think he's waiting for you, Nick, because you have to come back really quickly. James, you know really well Nick because you used to work with him. How do you help him to go back in the Le Mans?
Obviously, it's just trying to get you familiar with the situation, and you know, as you can see, very different to Formula 1, and just getting used to that and all the changing conditions.
He has to take the stint really soon, so do you have a message for him, because he's at the studio for the moment?
No, just obviously hurry back, because we want him in the car.
Thank you. So quick.
go, Nick Heidfeld. Well, we're going to have to leave you. I mean, you know, we've reached that time where you've got to get back down there and get back to business, but it's been a great pleasure having you here for this small amount of time. Hopefully you'll come back and join us again.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yes.
Thanks very much, Nick. I'll shake your hand from a distance. Okay, we'll see you again. Well, there he is, Nick Heidfeld, going down to join his Rebellion teammates down there, get back onto the Circuit de la Sarthe. Now, of course, one of the most eye-catching cars here at Le Mans this year is, of course, the DeltaWing. Now, the DeltaWing is drawing a lot of attention. We've got this, we put together this little report on that special team.
As Robbie said, the DeltaWing is the real eye-catcher of Le Mans 2012, the Project Garage 56. The ACO wanting to showcase new technologies, and the Nissan DeltaWing resembles the radical vision of the future of motorsports. The idea was instigated by the ACO in 2011, but there were no takers. But Nissan have thrown their hat into the ring with this real head-turner for 2012. A 1.6-litre turbocharged engine with 300 horsepower runs the car. The lightweight construction, it weighs only 575 kilos with fuel and driver, and on test day recorded 307 kilometers per hour, putting it in the mix with the LMP2 cars. The car has two thin tyres on the front, almost the size of the old Citroën 2CV, and on test day the team ran almost the entire day on the same set of tyres. Early testing was troubled by gear shift problems, but those appear to be sorted now, and high-speed tests at Motorland Aragon went very well indeed.
I mean, that really is quite an amazing machine. And Adelaide, I believe, is with Michael Combe, who can tell us a little bit more about this this wonderful phenomenon.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with Michael. Michael, we heard that the car has stopped at Mulsanne. Could you explain a bit more?
Yeah, unfortunately I hit the curb in Terre Rouge on the entry, and a little bit too hard, or much too hard, and then the fire extinguisher went off. Unfortunately, that happens, and then the car shut down, so we have to put the master switch back on, which wasn't possible. So unfortunately, we have to stop this session, which is a shame, because the Nissan DeltaWing ran really fantastic until then, but unfortunately, my fault.
This incident take apart, what are your sensations on the car?
The car, we had some problems in the free practice, and we sorted them out, and the car ran really, really well. The feeling was fantastic. High-speed corners were good, braking was improved. So it's really comfortable to drive now, and a lot of fun to drive. From the outside, I know the car looks like, oh, is it going to turn or not? But it actually turns really, really well. And if you can see it from the outside, it's a fantastic feeling to drive the car. Absolutely amazing.
Is it different to drive from a normal car? Normal car?
Yeah, it's very different because we have such a small front tread that it's a little bit difficult sometimes when you go too close to a curb. The rear is wider, so we hit with the rear. So there's some things that are different. And the front is really, really sharp and has a really good turn-in compared to a normal car. Again, braking is a little bit more tricky. So there's lots of differences to a conventional car. But I believe the principle of the Nissan DeltaWing, it works really, really well, and especially we can see it in Porsche corner, really high-speed stuff, and the car is super stable around there, which I haven't expected myself before we went here, but it really handles well.
So all your effort are now in the tomorrow sessions?
Sorry?
All your effort will be now put into tomorrow sessions?
Yes, we have to make sure that all of us do our 5 laps in the night session, especially to be qualified. Very, very important. So we hope tomorrow is dry, so we can do a better lap time tomorrow. Hopefully, no rain.
Thanks a lot.
Well, we wish them the best of luck, of course, and we hope to see them back on the track very soon. Now, Toyota are one of the 2 teams using the hybrid cars. This report looks at the work that they've done to implement this energy-conserving system.
The Audi-Toyota battle is a contest between 2 hybrid cars. The hybrid systems were used to both recover the energy generated under braking, which previously was lost.
The announcement that they're also coming with 2 hybrids, and they're actually racing 4 cars in Le Mans. Honestly, I hope they really need the 4 cars.
difference between an Audi hybrid system and a Toyota hybrid system is that we use a supercapacitor. We store energy, and Audi generates energy to a flywheel in the system.
There's no better way to see Toyota's hybrid race car approach than at night. The front conventional brakes glow when the energy used to stop the car is expelled as heat. The rear brakes are regenerative. The Automobile Club de l'Ouest and the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile have decided to create specific zones where the cars in question can transmit the energy recuperated under braking.
We have mounted our system
zones
on the rear axle,
on the
and
circuit.
Audi has done it on the front axle. And the regulations, we can use our system from the beginning, and Audi is allowed to use their system because it's on the front axle from 120 kph onwards.
If your battery are full and you are running out of fuel, you can just drive back to the pit and just not retire. So this is really amazing.
It's going to be a tough competition. You can never underestimate Audi. They're a strong team. They've been doing it a long time. We can challenge them and show that we've got a fast car. I mean, that's what we have to do there.
With a car this complex, will Toyota be there at the end of the 24 hours? The first step will be to discover how they do in qualifying.
Sebastian, I think that one of the Toyotas got a small problem, I believe.
Yeah, actually what we saw today in the free practice one, that they stopped after about 1 hour into the session on the Mulsanne straight with smoke coming out of the rear of the car. And Anthony Davidson explained this later, or in an interview, he said that he lost all the power and the drivetrain seems to be broken. When I understood right, but I think we can ask Nicolas Lapierre, or Justine can do it in a little bit, that they had to change the engine. And now the problem is that they have only 2 engines. They are only allowed to use 2 engines over the whole race weekend. So that puts them already under pressure not to overuse this engine when the first one broke already after free practice 1.
Well, Justine, you can maybe get some more news from Nicola down in the pits.
Yes, I am with Nicola. Nicola, we saw the number 8 had a problem. So do you feel concerned on your car?
No, on our car we still didn't have any trouble. It's a trouble-free session since this afternoon, so we are quite happy about that. We still have a lot of setup to test on the aero side, so it's very important for us to have this running time, and also the conditions are quite good for us. So we hope it stay like this tonight and also tomorrow, because we want to improve the car.
Do you think tonight's gonna be the night for the quali?
So I didn't.
Do you think tonight will be the night to set the time for the quali, or you still have tomorrow?
We have tomorrow. It's all depend on weather condition. Obviously, it's very tricky to guess what the weather is going to be tomorrow. Forecast is changing every 5 minutes, so it's very tough for us. But could be today, it could be tomorrow. So we are very happy to have a first lap on the beginning of the session. We will push a bit more at the end of the session, just to settle a good baseline. And tomorrow, if we have a chance, then we will try to fight for pole position.
You didn't have much time to set up the car since many months now. So do you struggle to find a really good setup?
Yeah, it's difficult because it's a very tricky track. We have very long straight line and slow corners as well. And that's the main difference between us and Audi. You know, they have much more experience here. So we are working hard on it. Obviously, the track time we lost this morning with car number 8 is not good for us. But at least tonight, both cars are running very well. So it's good for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Well, there's about 42 minutes left of driving until it comes to a close tonight. But let's now take a look at what Jordan Tressen and Lucas Ordonez have been getting up to in this report on the GT Academy.
Two computer gamers have won their chance to go from virtual to real racing in the ultimate challenge that is the Le Mans 24 Hours. GT Academy winners Lucas Ordonez and Jordan Tressen are about to experience an event like no other.
Le Mans 24 Hours is the most important race in the world. Today is the first big day for us. It's the first time we go in the car in the week of the Le Mans 24 hours.
It has been a long week already for us. So now the sun is finally coming out and you can see people arriving in the grandstand and engines shouting, so it means that it will soon begin.
Le Mans track is really special. I really enjoy. First sector is pretty fast. We're reaching more than 300 k's in 4 times a lap, but I love it.
I really like the Porsche corners. All are already closed, so it makes the feeling of the speed even stronger.
This track is not a permanent track.
Yeah, reaching more than 300k, where normally you're limited to 90k an hour is amazing. I really like this track.
As GT Academy winners, it's incredible what's happening to us in our life.
So what do other professional racing drivers think of this unique opportunity?
When I first heard about it, I wasn't really sure. But I think it's amazing that someone played his games to a high level would then come to Le Mans and actually go and compete and actually do a really good job. I think it's amazing.
It'd be a shame to think of some kid who's got the talent but never gets the opportunity missing out.
They've taken drivers from all over the world, well, not even drivers, gamers from all over the world. First result of that was Lucas, and he's turned out to be a revelation.
Some nice things said about the two youngsters. And Sebastian, can you give us an update on what they've been getting up to, Lucas Ordonez and Jordan Tressel?
Yeah, when we look at the P2 category at the moment, Ordonez with the car number 42, actually he's on the wheel and they are in P10 in the class, P22 overall, and the car of Tresson, the number 23, is at the moment in P12 in LMP2, and Mailleux is at the volant, or the French say.
The volant, there you go, very French. Well done, Sebastian, thank you very much for that. Well, the Corvettes are seeking more success, just like last year. This report takes a look at the American team.
3:30 p.m. Team Corvette ready for action during the 4 hours of free practice. The program is well defined. 3 setups will be reviewed in preparation for the race, and they'll also practice the all-important driver changes.
We're just going to get all the drivers in, get some laps. He's been here for the practice day, and we're just going to get him some laps where the sun's up, and then at 10 o'clock we'll start going fast.
The 2012 Corvette, slightly different from last year's car, which won the GTE category. The car is 5 inches wider, a lower rear spoiler and a different set of front tyres, and this changes the way the car handles for the drivers, but it's already enjoyed success in the American Le Mans Series.
All of those things add up to the car being pretty stable, pretty secure. We feel quite stable in the brake zones and pretty happy we can really attack. Being wider, the car does have maybe a little bit more drag, which is not fantastic, but you know, we're working hard to fix that problem.
15 days ago at the test day, the newcomer Jordan Taylor completed only 8 laps. Today's been his first real stint behind the wheel. The American did okay, but he admits tonight's qualifying session in the dark will be something else to contend with.
I've been watching the race for all these years at night, and I've seen how dark it is and a lot of crashes at night, so I'll just do the same as I did today. Just try build up to it throughout the session and hopefully be pretty comfortable by the end.
At the end of 4 hours of free practice, the team ticked off most of what they wanted to achieve in the session. In lap times, number 74 peaked in 3rd place in the GTE category.
There we have that nice report on the Corvettes, of course. And Sebastian, maybe you can give us a little update regarding the 73 and the 7.
At the moment, the 74 with Milner at the wheel leading the GT Pro category. The other Chevrolet, the other Corvette, Chevrolet Corvette, yes, with the number 73 Taylor on the wheel is 3rd, and they are split by the number 59 Ferrari of the luxury team. And I think it's Dominic Farnbacher at the wheel at the moment.
Well, that's nice. Jordan Taylor, of course, you know, he's a rookie. It's his first time racing in the night. I mean, you know, that's he's doing a great job so far.
Yeah, when we look behind us here, it's pitch black if there wouldn't be any floodlights here.
Yeah.
So it must be fun for the guys driving through the Mulsanne Straight.
Yeah, just going and going past the fun fair at the back there.
Yes,
Beautiful.
exactly.
Well, I'm afraid that's it for tonight's edition of Le Mans 24 Minutes. Adelaide, Justine, thanks very much. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye. Sebastian, it's been a pleasure. See you again tomorrow.
Of course, and later on at Eurosport 2, we're going to continue the qualifying session, and it's Alan McNish and the Audis leading still, and we have to see how far they go down with the times, because already in free practice they were quicker today as the pole time of last year. So we will see how far they go down with the timings.
And we shall look at the program of what's taking place. Anyway, of course, it'll continue later on tonight, right through until finish. But tomorrow, qualifying session at 7 p.m. Live on Eurosport 2, and then we have at 9:30. We'll be back for another edition of Le Mans 24 Minutes, of course, before we complete the coverage with a night qualifying live on Eurosport from 2200 hours. Well, that's it. It's been a pleasure as usual, and
now they have to switch to Eurosport 2 to finish the qualifying.
Just click it over. That's all. And I'm going to go and change and get back down in the pits. Okay, 40 seconds. Got to beat that record. Thanks very much, guys. We'll see you again tomorrow.